Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been quite long. I have not talked in front of camera, and I thought I'll lose my practice. So I thought I'll start it from today, again from today, this Sunday. Actually, my voice has become quite husky because I'm suffering from cough and cold for quite a long time. So it's quite husky, and I think some people love husky voice, whereas others love a soothing voice. And someone would love a very sweet and sharp voice. Someone would love a dumb voice. I'm talking about a voice because I have a different voice today. So the voice is different, and that's what is the world all about. The world is also different for different human beings. Different people have different perspective, different people have different thought process, different people have different ideologies. So we are not here to judge anybody that someone is doing this and they may be wrong. No, it's just your perspective, that they are wrong. The perspective they are means what they are thinking for maybe in that particular moment, even the worst thing is the right thing. For that particular moment, for that particular person. So that's how the definitions are made. So we should not be judging because the judgment has to be in the scope of law. And that's for the government to do or for public to do. And for us, we are not about judging anybody. We are just understanding that people are different, and in a multifaceted society, in a multicultural society, how we can adjust, how we can live together, how we can prosper together. And how we can benefit each other, because life has at the end of the day no meaning, that. And one very important thing is that we just have today. Yesterday is dead, it's gone. No, there's no meaning of yesterday. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not real yet. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, and even if whether it will come or not, that's also not guaranteed for you. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So what we have is just now and today. Not even for today, just now, this moment is what you have. All you have, your life is just this moment. Nothing beyond, nothing past. So this moment, if you can utilize with very good intent, very good thoughts, happily, if you can manage a small window of thoughts, you should always prickle your mind, and tell that I must be happy all the time. I must maintain my happiness. I should not care about what other people think about me. Or why should you care also? When you expect others don't have a liberty to think. They have the liberty to think anything. They can think worst about you and the best about you. Who cares? What difference does it make? Anything? It doesn't make any difference, right? Someone may think worst about you. What does it make to you? Nothing. Someone may think very best about you. That also makes no sense to you, because what you think matter. You think about yourself. That is more important. So you have to think that I'm the best, I'm the good, I do the good things. That's the best feeling that you have to bring for yourself. Not what he may be thinking. What he may be thinking is not material. Even if he thinks best, that will not make any sense to you. So those thought process you have to change. And discipline for the moment. Work this moment. When you have to read this moment. When you have to work this moment. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is a thief of time. It will steal your time. If you think that, okay, this I'll do tomorrow, then tomorrow will never come. As I told you, tomorrow is not guaranteed, okay? Your life is just this moment. The next moment, suppose you are walking on the road and some vehicle comes in, you have an accident, you die there. Your life is finished. Very simple, you don't know the next moment. It's so dramatic, the life. So life is this moment. So this moment, you have to be disciplined. Discipline has to come this moment. You have to control your thought for this moment. That I have to think the best. This moment, I have to think the best. And this moment, I have to work my best. So that's how the thought process, thinking has to be there. Otherwise, your this moment will be valueless, meaningless. So this is how you manage. And whenever we talk about life, we talk about death, we talk about religion, all these things. It's a democratic rights to believe in anything, any religion. You have a democratic right. The religion should not be biased for anybody. Religion should give people liberty liberty to believe in God. I believe in God. I believe that this world would not have been possible without some supernatural power. There's a supernatural power. That's why there is a oxygen, there is a soil, there is a space, there is a fire, there is a water. All these elements, they congregate and produce something to eat. Some human beings, they produce. Some animals, they produce. Everything is produced from the correlations or the interaction of these five elements. So these five elements could have been made out of made by the God. The reactions have been proposed. Means without the supernatural force, you cannot imagine him like a human being or something like that. So, but there is some, because without the supernatural, it would not have been so conducive. Just the evolution, the forces of evolution would not have made this world so conducive for people or human beings, plants, animals to coexist like this. So it's some natural forces. So that natural forces, I call it God. That will also cater to your luck. That will also cater to your situations. So believe in it. Believe it dedicatedly, honestly, that there is some forces, and I pray to it early morning with my folded hand. You can pray with open hand. You can pray anyway. Pray that there is a force in nature. That nature is God you believe in, and that God will grant you everything you want. And that's the belief that you have to develop. And you just have to trust the science also. Today we have artificial intelligence everywhere. People are talking about artificial intelligence. The science is so much dramatic that now everything can be streamlined in algorithm. If you have the process, the algorithm will just make it so easier. But these are two sides. One is the artificial intelligence. If the intelligence develops so much it develops, and I think in next 5 to 10 years, if it is not regulated, or if it is not controlled, or if there is no something that comes to obstruct, then this artificial intelligence may become a burden to humankind. Because here we will not be using all this for positive things, because human minds are more inclined to the negativity. We are forced to negativity. We are more pleasured by negativity, by drinking, smoking, by drugging. We get enjoyment, right? We pleasure. So it's like that by doing bad. So human intelligence is also like that. Human intelligence will make this artificial intelligence maybe bad for people around us, and that might not serve the humanity. So for that reason, either it has to be regulated just now with the government interventions or international interventions, or it will have a negative impact in the future, because one fine day, the technology will be worse that we'll have to demand a two type of connection. Means you want a connection with artificial intelligence, or you want a connection without it, because artificial intelligence is no more secure. So you have to take two connections, internet connections, for your home, for your personal computers or whatever, because one will be artificial, where you can jiggle up and mess up, and yet it's there. Other would be a relatively a secure system, and all these things might happen. Or cyber security will be more important even at a personal level. Today the government is there, organizations are there. They are trying to understand cybersecurity. But whereas in next 10 years, maybe individually, the cybersecurity will be more important for individual computers, personal phones, and all. Which you need a very very secure device for that reason, because artificial today also, if you just search your name in an AI chatbots, they will basically search everything about it, and sometimes they even determine your characters. That this means even sometimes they may determine your futures, because the way you browse, the algorithms, they have studied a lot. So this will become one good tool for one thing, and a bad tool. Unless regulated and unless used for a productive purpose, this could brew a very bad essence in the future. So this is all about AI. There is a technology, technology. We have to work. Working is so important, and people think that life is very easy. Life is not easy, sir, madam. Life is not easy. life is tough. You have to dedicate every moment. Every moment has to be dedicated. Every moment you have to be thinking how you will prosper, how you are going to utilize that moment to earn a better living for you. If you don't think, if you don't put in that stress, you will just be another number. In 8.5 billion numbers, you will just be another numbers like us, like anybody else. But if you want to be different, you have to really put in heart and soul into your effort, even into your work, and dedicate your time, put in effort. Then only something will come. Means the successful people are maybe 1% of the world population. 99% of the world population is just like us. We're just thinking we might do something, but something will not work. We'll just forget it. We have a lot of pressure, and we don't want to take pressure because we think that we'll stress out, we'll die faster. That is quite wrong. Okay, working and taking stress will not decrease your lifespan. Working and taking stress, work-related stress, is always good thing. But you should not take a stress that is unrelated to your work, like what will happen to me. If you just imagine something and take a stress, that is bad. But if you take a work related, how to solve this issue. You have an issue in your business, or you have an issue in your profession, you have issue in your family. If you just if you take issues and then solve, those are issue related solving. Is stress are always good for health, and you must take such stress. You should not forget, stress are very important ingredient of life. Without stress, people have never developed, people have not grown in life. Stress is one important thing. You can see, successful people, if you just study, they would have taken extreme stress at one point of time in life. It was not easy. They crossed the barrier, then it became easier and easier by and by. That's how it is. So this is all. Here I have to end the topic, my talk today. But I wish everybody a good Sunday, a good life, a peaceful life. Just think good about yourself, good about the surrounding, good about people around you. Pray, respect everybody. Take a good care of yourself and be healthy, eat healthy. Tashdele.